It's so fun.
Hello, everybody. Welcome. Rosie and Corina, psych investigators.
Hello, everybody.
All
Hello.
right, guys. So I fixed the volume issue. By the way, some of you mentioned. I think my computer changed the settings. I don't know how. Maybe it was, remember how yesterday it was, I talked about on yesterday's video, the weird like crash that happened.
Mm-hmm.
So we're back on, and there's lots to talk about. And both of us, right, Corina, we're feeling this unease.
Yes.
And Corina was saying you're saying today that you feel very tired, right, Corina? Even though you slept and everything, right?
Yeah. I'm really exhausted today.
Mm-hmm.
Like I just want to lay down and sleep and sleep and
Right.
sleep.
That's right. That's right. And it feels like it's just it has something to do with with what's in the air, right? We're processing this heavy energy, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it's related to that. And I had to go run an errand before this conversation with Corinna that's starting now, right?
Mm-hmm.
We usually talk for about an hour before, and I was telling her that it's a beautiful day and everything, but this feeling of unease does not go away, and it's not going to go away until trash leaves. And then I also want to talk about somebody left a message, a comment about my grandmother came through, and the person said, well, it may be that she wanted to tell you. It was so important that she had to tell you. And then I remember about my other grandmother that she came up when something kind of tragic happened to me on a personal level right before to
Mm-hmm.
alert me. And I was like, oh my God, I got scared. So I asked Corina, and Corina said, no, she doesn't think it's that, but that, oh, this is the part, Corina, because we talk so much and we even forget the things we talk.
I know we forget.
But Corina picked up, guys, don't be scared, okay? But she picked up that we should be careful about, is that word, like it's that something could happen in New York is one of the targets, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And to be careful about any kind of you used the word explosive, right, Karina?
Yes. Very explosive.
No, share because I'm speaking over over you or like sharing your story, but go ahead and share what you picked up.
Well, it does. This energy feels very uneasy, but kind of the way I was feeling kind of goes to our first topic, but I'll just kind of say
Mm-hmm.
this uneasy feeling, and it does feel like there's an explosive moment coming
Mm-hmm.
that neither one of us can shake. And we've looked at it, we've sat in it, we've looked at it every which way we can. We just can't shake this feeling that something explosive is coming.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And
That's right.
yeah, and my body is actually proving the point right
Mm-hmm.
now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's a storm brewing in my belly.
Yeah, and Corinne and I talk a lot, very a few times a week, and we have this thing where like we always ask about her trip, if there's anything dangerous truly for her, if something doesn't feel right for her to cancel, right? It doesn't.
Yes.
It's not like if whether it's something external or like a spirit message. I told her, I said I'll never feel like obviously I'm not offended or anything. It's just it's better to keep ourselves in check, right? And for
Yeah.
me, I'll be here anyway, but for her, right? Of course, I wouldn't want her to go through something, traumatic in any way. So,
Yeah.
so this was this, but
Because we do keep
yeah,
getting the message that things could shift and change very quickly. And, you know, we both know that the trip could be interrupted, something could change. We're very aware of that
hmm
because
hmm
we do keep getting that. Go ahead, make your plans, do what you need to
hmm
do, but be
hmm
prepared for things to shift and change at any time.
sorry. And also, Okran, I was just remembering our conversation yesterday. I think we could talk about it, right? That it's possible that this whole thing of the submarines and all that is accelerating uh,
Yes.
the developments, so they could happen even earlier than we thought. So it's possible, even so. That's why we're being told for Corina, we're being yeah, that's right. I couldn't just for you to
Yes.
earlier than we thought, right?
Yes.
So that there's no risk of anything happening, but we'll keep checking with spirit, right? Every,
Right.
every
We check every
yeah,
day,
every
pretty
time,
much every time we check.
and so that she's not like stuck in some airplane or something, and so this is that, and then And we ask, if our, are we, of course, just to be safe. And it says, no, we're too small. We're a very small fish. We're not taken seriously in a good way.
Right, right,
So,
right. They
so
don't
don't
care
worry
about two
that
chicks
way.
on
That's
YouTube.
right. That's right. And then, so we're gonna, anything else about this part? Then we're gonna talk about Kamala and the Secret Service issue. But anything
Yes.
else you want to say that I haven't said?
Noel, I think as we start to talk about Kamala and the Secret Service issue more, that comes out because a lot of that feeling for me was tied into that.
Mm-hmm,
That
mm-hmm,
I've been picking that up for a couple days coming,
mm-hmm.
and even had a conversation a couple days ago about it with someone, and so I feel like I've been picking that up,
Okay,
and
okay.
it's has made me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
As we started to talk about it this morning, my hands started to shake and my whole body started to shake a little bit. But as soon as we started talking about it, I started to, come down from that because we were getting it out.
Mm-hmm. 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 Okay, so the news, so here. So the news is this is out. Okay. Uh okay, so this is the story, right, Karina?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So as a protection, okay, I'd like to ask for
Yes.
protection, a beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle, step into it. I feel protected, I feel connected. I'd like to ask that information come only from the highest sources, that it create the good and the good, and so it is. And I'd like to ask also for protection for Kamala and
Mm-hmm.
also Kamala's supporters, so that we may be connected only to the light and not persuaded by any of the energetic or linguistic attempts put forth by the dark forces out there.
Right.
Okay, okay. So with the protection.
Mm-hmm.
And so yesterday, it's interesting, Corina, because when we asked yesterday, I had for some reason it felt different to me. Corina, you had told me yesterday, right, that there was like news that they were removing her, something related to her. Oh, was it your friend? Something about the DNC, remember?
Yes, I was having a conversation with actually a client, and I consider a friend, but anyway, we were just talking about the DNC and the money that she was paying back. And I just picked up, I said, I feel like there's something going on with, it's the Secret Service, or, she's private security detail that she has to pay.
Mm-hmm,
And sure enough, here we are.
mm-hmm,
And, I just, I knew Trump didn't want to pay that anymore.
mm-hmm,
I could feel it coming. And here we are today getting an article about it. But
mm-hmm. So anyway, so everybody is like scared about this thing. So yesterday when we talked about it, I saw that very wealthy donors like is it Lorraine? Her name is Lorraine Jobs. I forgot her name. It's the woman who is the heir to Steve Jobs,
yes,
Lorraine Powell Jobs, I think her name.
yes, I think it is Lorraine.
Yeah, and I see that many people are taking care of it, that I don't feel like that she's still protected. And I think that even Doug's law firm, like there's just something like there's ways to kind of, it's not exactly to go around it, but to have protection. Because they know she needs it, because she's a very much a target, right?
Yeah,
We
she's the real
know
president. Of course, she's the target.
that's right. And we know that there's people like those crazy not say kids, whatever, youngsters who are like
Yes.
radicalized online. And
That's why he did what he did,
mhm,
to open all the doorways, all
mhm,
protections gone. He wants an
mhm,
open.
mhm,
He just wants her exposed. Let me just say it that way.
what I see? It's a horrible image, but it's just telling you, as you were saying this, because I got it. It shows me Kamala in an open field, and then a rifle from far away. Like
Yes,
she could. It's like they want her in a place that is easy for them
yes,
to target her. Uh, but I don't. I mean, even though obviously that is the goal, right? It's not like
right.
anybody would think otherwise, given who we're dealing with. Dr. King came through and said that she's going to be okay. That
Hmm.
and but I do see also even for this book tour that they may have bomb threats and all that, but still not going to stop her, and that we should show up, and that we should not fall into the fear. Doesn't make sense. Even though we are picking up on all of these energies, the best way to deal with it is to kind of counter with positivity, or like it doesn't make it not positivity, but like they're not going to disrupt our visions and our lives.
Right.
We're not
And
going to let them empower themselves that way.
no, and it's coming back to me what we said earlier, what I was saying, how all the energy behind Kamala, with all of us being there, is so powerful, because I would venture to say that everyone going to see her believes in her, believes she is the real president, believes she should be in her rightful place. That is some powerful energy. And that's what Trump is trying to stop. He can't handle that kind of energy, because it's truth, power, and honestly, think about it. All of those people that believe in her gathering together, that counteracts a lot of that darkness.
Mhm. Exactly, exactly.
That is one of the things that I do get. That's one of the reasons that we are all gathering. It is, to me, it feels like very spiritual. It feels like we're being called to a location, because we we are meant to be a force to be reckoned with
Hmm. Hmm.
behind her.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that part of it feels very spiritual for me. But I also feel like, you know, we're walking into the storm.
Hmm. Hmm. That's right.
But
That's
we are doing it. We're walking into the storm. And oh gosh, I don't want to compare this, because it's so I would never, how do I say that? That scene, or that song Labor, it's it goes along with The Handmaid's Tale. But there's a scene from a movie, and I'm sorry I don't know the movie, but it's a bunch of beautiful Indian women in their whole outfits. They're walking into the fire, because they're escaping the men that are coming to, you know, trash them. Whether they're dead or alive, they're going to do horrible things to their bodies. So
mhm,
they walk into this fire, and everybody that knows the scene will know what I'm talking about. But that's what it feels like. We are walking into this time when we have to just go boldly forward and face this. So to me, that's why it feels very spiritual, like we're all being called to stand up to this dark force that's
mhm,
now even stronger, because he's trying to unleash evil on everybody. It feels like we're coming to that point.
mhm. Okay, yeah. Hmm. Yes, yes, yes. So it's saying, okay, interesting. So it's weirdly connecting to the whole, it's funny, showing me something connected to my family thing. Like I say, it is as bad, just as is the case with your parents and the whatever relatives saying, it's as bad as you think. Just same thing politically with Trump. It's as bad as you think. It's the worst. Just imagine the worst thing. That's what he wants, but he's not going to get it. Just
Mm-hmm.
something that you have to keep in mind, and to not be afraid, but to it's saying just like go in it. It's almost like it's a there's a fire ahead, and we have to. This is what's counterintuitive about it, but it makes sense spiritually that it feels the tension is increasing, but go in that direction. You have to go in
Yes.
that direction. It's saying you're strong enough to do it, because as we do that, it weakens the darkness power.
And there's no irony in the fact that, I mean, we can use ourselves as an example, let alone everybody else out there that I've talked to and had conversations with. We're all being forced to face our darkest traumas and fears, and how it all is encompassing with even the political stuff, how these egregious things are being done to us, or coming out of us, that were done to us, because all this stuff is coming to the surface and it's about to explode. So it's not irony that it's happening in our own lives as well. We're being forced to walk into that fire, but the fire is change. The fire is it's death and rebirth. That's what fire is. It's death and rebirth. It doesn't mean we're going to die from the fire, but it means we're going to walk through the fire to get to the other side for rebirth.
Wow.
That's where I feel like we're at spiritually in this moment in time.
Oh, and Karina, as you're saying this, I'm getting that because I had asked this earlier about the sort of like the bad people, some people connected to Peter Thiel. I saw that they are also doing that in the sense of like they know that the tension is building up, and they're like, yeah, well, they're gonna learn that we work with Russia, so what? Like amongst themselves, and they're like, oh, but some of them are like, wait, are we ready for this? How are people gonna react? Whatever, we have to go. Let's just go do it. And then, and that's how they does make sense. So they're preparing for the unveiling from their side, as if it's already very clear and essentially attacking. And I say they're creating, you know how they use the word, oh, it's a liberty, it's a pro-American,
Yeah.
it's an American industry, American whatever, make America great again, whatever. But it's saying is
Yes.
ultimately it's very much about Russia, make Russia great again. And it's now it shows me them. It's clear to us who they are, right? But they're
Right.
listening. They're like, yeah, so what? We're with Putin. We're with them. We're together in this. And
Yeah.
they're seeing what's coming as the final unveiling. And I feel like a lot of them are like, wait, but doesn't look like, I don't think the American people like Russia or Putin enough for that. And a lot of them are just like, okay, we're just going to go for it. And it's, I see they, Corina and I are going, they're coming like it's in the center, right? So then the bad people are here, the good people. And as it goes in that direction, they're caught. And we're not, we'll keep, but
Yeah.
it's important because if nobody walks, if nobody like if we let them go with their program, then they are become more empowered. That
Hmm.
even if it's even by the simple fact of believing that they have power, they have power. It's like it shows me that this belief is like a fuel for them even. So if we believe that they have a power to do X, they will suck it.
Right.
It will become food for them. So
Right.
if we believe that they're weak and that they're evil and doing the wrong thing, they're weakened. So this is how important. And people are like, I'm so hopeless. I'm like, well, you're giving them fuel when you feel that way. When you allow their agenda, what their speech, whatever it is that comes from them to contaminate your mind, you cannot do that. You have to stand in the light again and see that only God has power. And the truth matters. They can only keep this going for so long.
Yeah. They're parasites. They feed on fear. They feed on
Right.
that kind of stuff. You're right.
Mhm.
That is their food. That's their fuel. So once again, it's not a coincidence that all this light needs to be gathering. And even if we don't get to gather, we still have to gather in our minds, get to
Mhm.
this power that we can feel of Kamala's reinsurgence, of even if it's a book tour, it doesn't matter. It's her energy. And so that is what they're trying to stop, that energy coming forth again, because it
Mhm.
is way more powerful than them.
Mhm.
They can't feed on the light. They can't. They can only feed on darkness.
Mhm. Mhm. That's right. That's right. And it's interesting, it just showed me also, Corina, that the warning, I guess, for us earlier on this recording about New York, and it shows them in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and California, that they feel like if they can control the blue states, then that's the first they have to do that. But I see even the Russians are like, it's not like they thought it would be a lot easier, but
Yeah.
it's not working in the way they thought they would be. Like they thought that people would have been like, oh, okay, sure, but it's not working. And it's saying if and when Trump goes, JD Vance's actual support is minuscule.
Oh,
Is
minuscule.
minuscule.
Yeah.
So he does not have any. It's like it'd be one thing, let's say that if you were the opposite, where somebody like Trump is the vice president and you have that would be a different conversation, but he's not well liked at all.
No.
So
Because you're the kind of guy that can't even order a donut. I mean, come
that's right.
on.
That's
That's
right.
what everybody's, it's like he's
Oh,
so
and
inconsequential.
it's saying, and it's telling me this, that the people like Steve Bannon and others, there's a lot of people that are very anti-tech bros. So so they're not gonna be, I'm not saying like, oh, please trust Steve Bannon. No, but does it make sense, Greta? There's a huge faction that does not like JD Vance
Right.
or trust him. And and so it's saying, don't worry. Once Trump goes, there's zero support for the other guy, and he's obviously working with Russia.
Yeah.
So it's a very different situation. Somebody like Trump that truly has, even if it's obviously less support than Kamala has because she actually won the election, he doesn't have enough support. And the tech people, they may have the data on the population or whatever, but they don't know how to deal with humanity. They think that people are just going to be like, oh, we're just going to cut the internet, or like, you don't really they have no practice or knowledge on how
Right.
to deal with people and how they react and how it
Yeah.
matters. So that's right. And
And you know what I just heard? I just heard too, don't forget, girls, NATO has all the information already.
oh wow, okay, okay,
And
good.
they're not going to put up with JD
That's
Vance.
right. That's right. So
The truth comes out when Trump goes down.
that's right. That's right. So yeah, so it's just like, and it shows because I've been talking about Peter Thiel for a while now in the last few days, and it shows me that Peter Thiel lights a match, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna burn," and then he's like, it starts the fire goes onto his clothes and starts burning him, and that's
Yeah.
like, no, but oh, and I see that it's like there's sulfur, like the devil's like, well, but you're flammable, you don't know that. So
Yes. Yes. He
so
thinks all the things he does is going to keep him alive. I don't even want to
that's
say
right.
those things, but
Or that
it,
it only happens to other people, never him. Like
yeah.
she thinks is a god or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's done
So
everything, not, he's done everything to survive that, beyond others is what I mean. Like his weird things he does to keep himself
mhm.
alive and
That's
in
right.
shape.
That's right. That's right. No,
That no, that's not going to save him. That's actually going to be his downfall.
that's right. So, mm, interesting information. Interesting information. Interesting. Wow. So, okay, what else can I tell you more? That feels good. That feels good this moment. Yes, I see the downfall and then the expectation of JD Vance, and then people are like, "Wow!" Just as I know, I'll never forget. I was here in New York when the 2020 election, and then like Biden is declared the winner, and everybody jumped up. Like you hear screams, like "Ah!" Everybody went outside and was jumping up and down, and so happy. Similar is going to happen. Something similar.
Exactly. And
There.
it's funny too because I also get that. You know how you just fall to your fall to the floor
Mhm.
just in a sobbing mess because you're just exhausted and you just got the best news of your life. It's a release of an emotion that we all need, you know? Dancing in the streets turns to just such gratitude that this is over, that we're just a sobbing mess. That's what it feels like. Such a relief. I mean, there's still a lot to go through, but such a relief.
And it's saying the people that went all in on Trump, especially saying the tech bros and all those people, they're not gonna like everybody's gonna they think no, but actually I was wrong, sorry, like not this time. Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Nope, we know
There's
what
no
you're
free
about.
pass. There's no get out of jail
That's
card
right.
anymore.
That's right.
There's no get out of jail card anymore after this is done. No
Right,
more.
that's it. So wow, great, amazing, right? So it's just like that's what it is. It's not gonna work.
Mm-mm.
So Cookie, can I ask a question? Okay, just a cute question. Like the moment of actually the moment when we hear about the Trump thing, that JD Vance, this is over. Is there I mean, I know things could change, but is there a chance that you and I are in the same place physically, in the same city?
Yeah, there is a chance. But I still get that shift change. Like, we're on a roller coaster.
Mm.
That's what we're on. We're on a roller coaster. Like, it's just can be, and everything can shift and change in any minute. I just feel like this very intense, and I am getting prompted to say to everybody, we are going into some very intense energy that can kind of be all over the place, but just know we're having to go through that energy. It's going to be harsh. We've been seeing this every day for the last couple days, that this next couple weeks, because we've been measuring it for me, how intense it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just from spirit now, it's saying this is not just you, Karina. This is everybody's going to be feeling this intense energy. So just be prepared for that, knowing that. But we have to do this. It's like we are walking to that fire.
Mm, that's right. That's right. Yeah. And Kamala is, I see Kamala is in the center, but in a good way. She's total, and it's saying she's in the center, but the fire never burns her. She's so
Yeah.
protected.
Light workers all around her.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like I get this. It's time to shine so bright that we
Mm-hmm.
can annihilate this.
Mm-hmm. And what about us? For some reason, I see. What about Governor Waltz in all this? Uh,
You know, he just seems so. I it's kind of weird. I just get this very soft energy of when he steps forward. Him and his son, I just see this they're hugging, like he's prepared for this moment. It doesn't look like he is because he's just kind of been on his own, but he's prepared for this moment. And he's what we need. He is exactly what we need. They both are. But he feels so powerful in his support and what he does to calm the country. And he feels just this amazing gift that we haven't even seen half of him yet. Half of his gift, what he's going to give us.
I see. Now he's truly heartbroken, but I feel like I see a woman. I don't know if there's like a lieutenant governor, I think the name is, or a person who's like the equivalent of a vice president or something that will take over. I feel like I don't know who the lieutenant governor is of Minnesota, but this person is prepared, and she is very active. There's no issue there.
Mm-mm.
That's right. And then he, like you said, he's prepared and he's so likable. He really is a very likable person. And he's going to, because I see that he wants to see justice. He wants to the full prosecution and legal investigations of all these like white supremacist groups that
Mm-hmm.
targeted um, the people that were killed, right? The politicians there that were killed and the children is part of these groups. So he wants to get to the bottom of this.
Yes.
And he's saying we're not afraid. We have to show them that we're not afraid. We're like, this terror campaign is not going to work.
Mm-mm.
Stand strong. And it's saying that he, because of all his experiences, even now, and it's sad, right? That Minnesota is like all this stuff is happening there, but in a way that prepares him for like what to do, how to target. Like it's saying, once they're in power, there's going to be a lot of. It's saying they're going to hire so many more police, and like you said it before, right? There's going to
Yeah,
be.
yesterday that came through, and I just got that again.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say this about Tim Walsh, and if I forget about the police, remind me. But it also comes to me that he is going to be the champion of gun reform,
That's right.
because you said it. He's going after the people that are killing children,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and he has. Oh man, am I getting big chills on this? He has the ability to make people feel the emotion of children being
Mm-hmm.
targeted,
Mm-hmm.
because we've gotten to this point where it's cold, there's no emotion around it, they don't care. But he has a way of bringing back the emotion, so it's going to hit people hard when he starts to do it, and it's going to be a beautiful thing because he's going to be champion of gun reform. But okay, going back to the police, I did see yesterday when we were talking, I saw this triangle that when this government changes and we get the right DOJ, the DOJ to me looked like a triangle. And the top person, it goes, they're going to hire so many people because they're going to go after, to me, it may take years and years, but they are even going to make every city, every state, every city reform their police stations. Every people have been infiltrating our security systems, our police. Trump has put a lot of January Sixers in these positions. Everything is going to have to be gone through with a fine tooth comb down to our every police station.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what came through yesterday when we were talking about that. And I think he's going to be in on that.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, amazing. Amazing. Wow. Wow. Yeah. So it's like it's just a difficult time in this country's history, but it's saying it's also like all this discomfort that we're feeling. It's better that it's resolves in a, I don't say showdown, but something like that's quickly, then it extends over. And that's what's, I think, it's likely to happen. Right? I don't feel like it's going to be some kind of like civil war. That's what they want, right? I don't think that. I
No.
just think it's going to be a moment where finally we're going to have to put these people in jail for good, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to have to, because otherwise they've already attacked the country. And they say it will be recognized as such when Russia is attacking NATO, and there are many of them here, right? And
Right.
working for them, like the Portuguese president said. So,
Exactly.
oh,
Exactly.
wow, wow, yeah. So, wow, amazing.
And that came through earlier. Remember that the resistant, the word thug came in earlier when we were talking about him taking security away. And then, you know, with this whole submarine, Russia, NATO, Trump's true colors are coming out for people to see every day, every day. And he just looks worse and worse every day. And it's all encompassing in this moment where he looks like the thug that's doing this to Kamala. You know, he's supporting Russia. He doesn't want NATO to help. So it's coming to that moment.
Wow, yeah, yeah, wow, yeah. So, wow, so that's amazing. Wow, okay. So, Corina, can we ask also about somebody sent me this the news of Lisa Cook, um, a
Yeah, because I don't know anything
federal,
about that.
okay.
So
So just so Lisa Cook is the Federal Reserve governor that Trump tried to fire, and she's fighting legally, but she's fighting him legally. Uh, so I think it's going to the Supreme Court, but also she has sued him. So let me share the thing here. Okay. Okay. So Federal Reserve Governor Lisa Cook to sue Trump administration over its attempt to fire her. Cook's attorney said the president has no authority and lacks any factual or legal basis to fire the Fed governor. Okay. Oh, and see, it's Abe Lowell. This is a very famous attorney. He was actually once Jared Kushner's attorney.
oh, geez.
So in other words, he's very, very, very good. He's a very famous attorney. So, and I see that, right? So that like he volunteered or something to represent her, something like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
then let's ask here, what is going to happen? I saw, by the way, I saw before, just a refresher, that this was before she sued Trump. It was with the attempt to fire, that it's supposed to go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court would actually support her, surprisingly. But now let's go to this part, like that she's suing Trump. What's going
Okay.
to happen to her? And let's go. And also, since you are looking into it for the first time, like what do you see happening to her? And what's going to happen to this particular lawsuit where she's suing Trump? Okay, let's see.
Okay.
Okay, oh, just see here. Yeah, let's see. Hold on a second.
Okay.
Okay, so what's
You let me know when you're done.
no? Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't see it going that far.
Yeah.
He's out before it even gets to that point. It feels like to me.
That's right. It's saying he's bluff just like as usual. He's a carnival barker. It's saying
Yeah. Yeah.
he's barking. He's a thug. He's hoping that if he barks loud enough, then he will achieve whatever he wants. But she
Right.
stays, and she's like, and I see that Jeremy Powell also is supportive of her. Not that he wouldn't be right, but it's just like everybody knows that it's against the law what he's doing.
Right.
And it's saying this is a warning, right, to people what to do when someone like that acts. Just because he's thuggish, that's all he
Yeah.
has. There's the law matters.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
saying that that's what it is, and she stays there. So, and I had asked Corina before because on a video I think a couple of days ago, and also just out of see what I pick up um about this the Federal Reserve because the Russians are saying like we have to destroy like they clearly want the Federal
Right.
Reserve to collapse. Is this going to happen? Do you see that happening? The Federal Reserve, is it going to collapse or fall apart or no,
No,
no.
I don't see it happening at all.
No, it's
No.
saying because all the companies, the capitalism is going to save it because that capitalists are going to be like, nope, we can't have
Yeah.
collapse. Nope.
No. 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 I don't see it going that far at all. Mm-mm. Trump is on his way out.
Mm-hmm. And he's saying all the people, even Howard Lutnick and all these people who are trying to do it, are going to be sued and they're going to go to prison for this because it's a giant conspiracy against the U.S. government. They're working in the government to destroy it. It's saying the
Yes, they're traitors.
that's
They're
right.
treasonous. They're traitors.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. Remember, I got that before that those
Right, that's
words are
right.
going to start to be
Yeah,
used in court
yeah.
cases.
Oh, and Karina, just this is almost like relative to everything else, almost entertainment. But Greenland, uh, Greenland and Denmark exposed secret agents working 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 there to destabilize.
Wow, that's great.
So do you see, because it's so crazy, like how and one of the people they found that is living there is a director of JD Vance's policy cabinet, something like that. So let's see.
Well, of course. That's not a shock.
Okay, here it is.
That's why I'm saying it just hit me again. And I want to say this. That's why JD's not going to be president. As soon as Trump goes down, I mean that's already exposed.
Mm-hmm.
People are being exposed. We're not going to let a Russian government go forward.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's right.
Because that's what it is. It's a Russian government trying to go forward.
That's right. Okay, and it's saying here, that's it. Denmark summons U.S. diplomat over alleged Greenland influence campaign. Danish media reports 3 men with ties to Donald Trump are accused of attempting to infiltrate Greenlandic society. That's right. Um, that's right. So,
Which makes sense. He's
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
wow.
Wow, you know what's interesting? Wow, you know what's crazy, Corina? Ken Howry here, the Charge d'Affaires, was summoned in the absence of Trump's incoming U.S. ambassador, Ken Howry, who is yet to be confirmed by the U.S. Senate. A date for his arrival in Copenhagen is yet to be confirmed, but Howry, a co-founder of PayPal, a friend of Elon Musk, and the ambassador of Sweden under Trump's first administration, is expected in the Danish capital in October. So he is also a person that is, again, a member of the People Mafia, very close to Peter Thiel.
Yes.
So, wow. Oh, you know what I got? So interesting. Saying that those people, including this little Howard guy, they're going to be denied. They'll never be allowed again in European soil. Like,
No.
whenever they try to come, like, I'm sorry, sir, you're in it's like you're in the terrorist list,
Yeah.
basically, right? Because and they're like, well, but I'm very wealthy. I have many homes. Well, so many, so was Osama bin Laden.
Yeah, exactly. And
So,
those homes are on our soil, so they're our homes
right,
now because you're not allowed back in.
that's right. So they're like, oh, but and they hate the fact that they're going to live the rest of their lives as essentially
Yeah.
terrorists in these lists. Wow. So
Coming to a point, we're coming to a point where you cannot buy your way
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
anymore.
yeah, yeah.
Money isn't the
Wow.
all going. it may take a little time, but money's not going to be the end all be all, because we're tired of that. We're tired of people having money and buying their way out of everything, into everything. And when everybody else gets nothing,
That's right.
it's just not
So
going to be
yeah,
important like that anymore.
yeah. So let's just finalize this about this Ken Howard guy. So is he going to be moving into Denmark as the ambassador? Because that'll be another way to see if he is he going to be moving in. He's like he's planning. He's like even touring. No, and I see
No.
there's a lock. No, sir, you're not allowed.
Yeah.
And I see that he's like escorted out. He may be there or like living in a hotel or something because it's so wealthy anyway. But I see that he's escorted out of the country, like the secrets, like very politely, sir. This is your, we're here to pick you up. We're gonna sit outside, and there's like 20, 30 like soldiers or whatever. I don't know the name of whatever of the local version of that. But I like, sir, we have to go. You're being expelled,
Hmm.
potentially. And oh, but okay, no, no, no. The government would just receive notice from the government that you're not allowed. And I think it may not even be that they get to the point of like, I don't know, is there a confirmation? I don't know. But the point is he doesn't know. And he will have to be escorted out anyway because he's linked. And I see that okay, all the intelligence services are now like listening in, right?
Yeah.
Like targeting them to be on the lookout, and they're like, "Oh, okay." They listen in, and they're like, "He's planning something. Let's go get them."
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It's interesting. While you were talking, I got this image of you and I, because we were talking about something the other day, and we were like, oh, we were talking about a family member of mine. And we were going, oh, I'm going this up this way. They might be going down the other way.
Mm-hmm.
But it showed me like you and I being free to move about the cabin, free to move about the countries, free to travel, free to go
Mm-hmm.
anywhere in the world. The people that like that, they're going to be sedentary now. They're not going to be free. They
Mm-hmm.
don't get to roam. They don't get to travel. They don't
Mm-hmm.
get to live their lives like we
Mm-hmm.
could for all this time. So it's
Mm-hmm.
the opposite. It's their turn to see what it feels like, live the lives that they put everybody else under.
Oh, okay. Wow. Very interesting. Very interesting, Karina. Wow, amazing. So, all right. So I think that's it for today, right, Karina? I think.
Yeah.
Wow, very interesting. Okay, guys. So thank you for watching.
Yes. Thank you.
And see you guys soon. Okay, have a great long weekend.
Yes. Oh, that's right. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bye,
Okay.
everybody.
Bye bye.